Asha. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you for the sessions.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on. I'm happy to be here. Are we recording? Good. We're good. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Vijay, for inviting me to have this little 45-minute, 40-minute conversation and clearing. And the topic that we chose was beyond distractions. And I know the message says, please ask questions in the last 15 minutes, but it's okay. If something pops in your world, even before that, please raise your hands. You can even put it up in the chat. You can unmute yourself and ask me questions. I'll basically be talking about distractor implants and what is it about, what does it mean to live beyond distractions? Cool. Where do I begin? So basically in Access, we speak about these distractor implants. There's a whole big, huge list. Okay, and I'm just going to read through that quickly. So these are basically blame, shame. I'll start with the first one. So it's anger, rage, fury, hate, blame, shame, regret, guilt, addictive, compulsive, obsessive, perverted points of views, love, sex, jealousy, peace, life, death, living, reality, fear, doubt, business, and relationships. All right. So a huge list of distracted implants, and I'm not going to go into details of each one. But what these have been designed. So implants are anything that you've been sort of implanted in, like a point of view. An implant is usually electrical, and it can be implanted in your body and in your and explanted in your lighter or softer bodies, not your physical body. So distractor implants are all of these that I just read through. And the main function of distractor implants is to distract you from the truth of the situation. All right. So for example, and I'll probably begin from these places, but if you guys have any questions coming up or anything that you'd like to ask, then this conversation can be directed towards that and rather than me just talking, because that will happen. I'll just keep talking and go in many different places till someone stops and says, listen, can you please answer this? So I would love it if you actually put your hand up or just unmute yourself and ask questions. Anyway, so going back to distractor implants, one of the first things when I was writing about this is fear and doubt. And those are two main distractor implants. How much fear and doubt, especially doubt, do we use to stop ourselves every time we're about to choose and create something greater than yesterday? And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that and uncreate and destroy it fully, will you please uncreate and destroy it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, backward, online, shots, boys and beyonds. When you're about to start a new business, or when you're about to start something new with your body, or even in these times of coronavirus, how much does fear and doubt take you away from what you're already aware of about the virus, about your body's ability to actually have the immunity to not be at the effect of coronavirus, and how much fear and doubt is perpetrated at you, and you perpetrate to yourself to never be actually aware of what is truly going on. So everywhere that you use fear and doubt to distract you from your own awareness, will you please unclaim, destroy all times of God's in you? Right, wrong, good, bad, proper, online, shots, plus and beyonds. And if fear and doubt, now imagine a world, imagine you wake up tomorrow and you are like, oh my God, this is something I'd like to do. This is something I'd like to create. Oh, I'd like to start this. Oh, I'd like to make this much money. Now, imagine you start your day like that. But what usually happens after that? Like usually you ask for something. What does your head do exactly after you've asked to leave? is it starts showing you all of these places where it doesn't seem possible. I'd like to make this much money, but blah, 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 I can't do this. Or your awareness, if you followed your body's awareness and you followed your awareness, you are not the effect of coronavirus. Yet you listen to all of these things that have been put out, and you start taking yourself away from the awareness and away from empowering yourself and your body into this weird fear-stricken place, which feels heavy, which feels just, what is going on? But if you remove the fear, and if you remove the doubt, and if you remove the distractions, and you become aware of what's actually going on in the world, you're like, whoa, okay, things are changing. The earth is changing. My body is happier. What else is possible beyond distractions? So, any questions? One of the main things that I've noticed that has happened, especially when the lockdown has begun, is a lot of these so-called distractions that we thought were real and untrue are no longer there. So you have all of this space available to create, but then you're like, oh my God, so much space. How do I use this to create? And you may start bringing in new distractions in the form of the massive list that I gave you, and especially fear and doubt, so as to occupy yourself so that you never have to create. So everywhere that you're occupying the space of creation that's actually available for you, by indulging in distractions and distractor implants, will you please uncreate and destroy at all times a godzillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn, online shots, boys and beyonds. What is, what will your life be like beyond distractions? And I'm only focusing on fear and doubts today. Imagine, like, right now, if you went 5 years ahead and you kept fear and distraction outside, just keep it out. What do you know is possible and available that you've distracted yourselves from? Everything that doesn't allow you to tap into the possibilities, will you please uncreate and destroy at all times a godzillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn, online shots, boys and beyonds. Yes, Vijay. On the ways in which we individually and collectively assume, expect, desire, and perpetuate stuckness, sameness, history, and limitation. Yes. And what is the value of creating stuckness and limitations? Everything that is, will you please uncreate and destroy all times a godzillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn, online shots, boys and beyonds. And I'm hoping everybody here is familiar with Access and the, like.
Yes, all are Access.
All, yeah, okay, cool, awesome. It's like, oh my God, I'm just like clearing a whole lot of stuff. All right, any questions? It'd be great if there's something going on in your world, because if you ask questions, it'll be more relevant to you. And believe me, if you ask questions, it'll be more relevant to the group as a whole. So I can take this in that direction. So, how many new projects, I want to say projects, have you not started and delayed because of fear and doubt? And everything that is, will you please uncreate and destroy it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn, online shots, boys and beyonds. Now, in this moment, take that one thing that you knew you wanted to do, but you never did because you thought, oh, I'm not that good at it, or I need to wait, or blah, 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 or, I'm not an expert at it. So what is that? What is that you truly enjoy, but you're using fear and doubt to stop you? It could be painting, it could be singing, it could be starting a new business, it could be taking a massive leap of faith in doing something. Now take that and uncreate and destroy all the fear and doubt. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, or online shots, person, be honest. And what action step can you take immediately? What action step can you take to begin that which you truly enjoy? And everything that doesn't allow will be please unclaim destroyed all times. It does you. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, or online shots, person, be honest. Belinda, can I help me clear? Okay, I think it's can you help me clear my fear of failure? Belinda, are you here? If you're here, if you could just, if you're here, it'll be great because we'll be able to actually clear this right now and we can have a conversation. I can see you on the screen, but I'm going to ask you this one question. I hope you can unmute yourself and just be here with us.
Oh, got it. Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Hi, Belinda. Awesome.
Hi.
Cool.
Hi.
Hi. I'm going to ask you one question. Is it fear of failure or is it fear of success? Which is lighter?
I think
Lighter.
I honestly, I'm not able to
Okay.
gather that.
Okay, so relax. So all of the distractors not allowing you to be truly aware of what you're aware of. Will you please unpin this all time? Right, wrong, good, bad, awkward, online shots, person, beyond. Now, truth. Do you really have a fear of failure or do you have a fear of success, being successful?
I think it's the fear of success.
Yeah. Okay, good. So,
bumps as I said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So most of us humanoids are actually fearful of being successful. So what will happen if you became truly successful? Would you have to be totally out of control?
Not control. I just have this fear I might not have my loved ones.
I don't know out of control. Yeah, no, that's an amazing point of view. I mean, that's not an amazing point of view, but that's great that you're bringing it up. So now, is it because you will be totally out of control?
No, because I think I will have, I will choose otherwise.
You will choose what? What is otherwise?
Maybe I'll choose certain relationships and I will choose not to be in certain relationships.
Okay, cool. Now, that's not right, wrong, good, or bad. But when you say that, is it light or is it heavy?
It feels light actually.
Cool. Now, so truth, are you actually fearful of failure? Or are you fearful of being so successful that you will no longer be in control or controlled by your loved ones? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please unclaim this off by trying to break off our online shots, person, be honest. So are you willing to be totally out of control?
No.
Okay. And now acknowledge that. And that's okay. In these 10 seconds, have total allowance of the fact that, oh, I'm not willing to be totally out of control. But at least you're not lying to yourself that you're actually fearful of failure. Because can you actually fail, and have you ever failed?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe in certain projects, I give up. I actually don't bring it to completion because I am so easily influenced by any roadblock, any comment.
Hold on, no, 1 second. The first part And then you said because. And then there was a second part. I'd like you to notice the change in energy. The first part was, okay, cool, light, not that heavy. You said because, and everything after that was like, meh. Okay, so these are all the reasons and justifications you give yourself. They're not really true. These are just reasons and justifications after the because. So all of the reasons and justifications you're giving to yourself to never be truly successful, will you please unpay and destroy at all times of God's will?
Yes.
Right, round, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, words, and beyond. And everywhere. And what have you defined as success that isn't?
Okay.
And what have you defined as failure that isn't? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive this, will you please unpay and destroy at all? Right, round, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, words, and beyond. So truth. Fear is a distractor implant, and I'm going to talk about it. Fear always covers potency. Okay? Underneath all of this lies potency. And you may think Access says this just to make you feel good, but I've seen time and again people coming in with all sorts of fears, including me. I was quote unquote fearful of entities, but now I'm a Dr. Entities facilitator, and it's such a beautiful world, and I know I have a capacity there. And I've seen it with people coming in and working with animals and this and that. Every time they've said they're fearful of something, there's always a potency. So what potency are you diminishing so that you're never out of control? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive this, will you please unpay and destroy it all?
Yes.
Right, round, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots.
Cool. That was really nice. I mean, this perspective of the potency and it's diminishing that, I think that's something new for me too. Thank you.
Thank you. So distractor implants is a huge topic, and oh my God, it is so insidious and it's pretty much running everywhere in every aspect of our lives. So much so I've actually made I've actually made a list of these and kept it as my wallpaper so that I become aware of when I'm going into a distractor implant. Okay, so I will highly suggest buying the book Living Beyond Distractions. It's amazing, it's beautiful. And there's also a telecall on distractor implants. It's a massive telecall that Gary and Dane did a few years back. It's amazing. And if you've not done the foundation, it's also there in the foundation. So there are all these places available where you can deep dive because it's a huge topic, and it is this insidious, pretty much running every part of our lives. Like if I read it again, I will read it again, and you'll notice how much it runs everything. So anger, rage, fury, hate, and that's why anger management doesn't work. Blame, shame, regret, guilt. That takes care of all religion. So it's all of the places where we go into blame, shame, regret, and guilt. Addictive, compulsive, obsessive, perverted points of views. Love, sex, jealousy, peace. That pretty much takes care of all relationships. Life, death, living, reality. And that takes care of everything we think ought to be that isn't. And finally, fear, doubt, business, and relationship. So it's a big list where we're using each one of these as a way to distract ourselves from truly functioning from the question we be, and truly acknowledging the awareness we be. Cool. Awesome. Thank you for that question. Just gonna go through the chat and see if there's anything.
Can you repeat the name of the book once again, please?
Living Beyond Distractions.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
By Gary and Dean, I think, both of them together.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any other questions? Which, okay, it's probably just a short form. But you've said procrastination, and then was that based on a conversation I was having before. Cool. There's no other question. Do you have a question around that, or was that just something you noticed?
Can you tell us how to clear, I mean, it's a point of failure only, but it's a formation which is formed like layers over layers, like a sequence of something, a sequence of failure, you can say.
Can you ask your question again? No, I didn't understand. So you're saying you've created a sequence of failures in your life? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, on the same topic, out
Okay.
of fear or whatever it is.
So what's the value of creating failures?
Like, I don't have to go, like, I know there's a huge potential if I clear it or if I don't have to do it, but I keep getting into the loop of doing it again and again because it's just an exam, which it's fine. It's just an exam, which
It's
is
an
fine.
exam that you've not been able to clear. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Truth.
And
What
it's
exam is it?
It's a competitive exam. So even if I don't clear it, it's not that life is going to come to an end or something.
If you
But
clear it, if you do, what will happen?
I think I'll be more confident.
Will
I
you?
don't know. Yeah, I've associated it a bit too much for 5-6 years in life with many
Is
things.
that you? Have you associated a lot of things to this exam, or are you aware of where everyone else is associated with those exams, or that exam?
Might be it's everyone else.
Yeah. So can you acknowledge that, please? Because if this was actually truly true for you, where this exam was associated with a whole bunch of things that you thought valuable, you would clear it tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay?
Excuse me, ma'am, may I?
Hold on 1 second. I'll just clear this and then I'll get back to you.
No, I want to clear her thought.
Do you have a question for her?
No, I want to clear the thought.
Yeah, but do you have a question for her from where you're going to clear it?
No, I don't have a question. I have a solution for her.
Do you have a question for her instead?
Yes.
Cool. Ask her the question. That's okay.
Which course are you trying to clear?
I was trying to clear this CAT exam. First it was CAT and then it was GMAT. So it's gone
I'm
into that
sorry.
loop of...
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
So truth. Okay,
May,
Kavya.
may I?
Would
may
you
I-
hold on 1
may I?
second? No,
Okay.
1 second. Truth, Kavya. What will happen if you clear this? Is this something you want to pursue as your career? Or is it something else?
I think it's something else.
Cool. Now, will you acknowledge that?
Yes.
Acknowledge it fully. Now, once you acknowledge this, you can still go and give your exam and you will probably clear it very easily. But if you keep having this tug of war in your world where you don't really want to do this, but you have to do it, you'll keep creating this fear. Okay?
Are you actually fearing the exam or the consequences of clearing it?
It's more of, I don't know, the exam I feel. I mean, I'm not fearful of the exam. It's not about clearing it. It's about how I have assigned something to it with it. Like
I
I've
think it's
given,
about how many times you have failed.
yeah, it's more about how many times I've failed.
So
Like
what?
Okay, hold on 1 second. I really need to address this.
Okay.
When he's saying this, does it make you feel light or heavy?
Sorry.
When he's saying this, does it make you feel light or heavy?
Oh, it makes me feel lighter.
What part?
The part that I'm programming it from one point of, like the first time, however it is, I'm trying to repeat a pattern.
Okay, truth. Are you trying to repeat a pattern?
Yes,
Is that heavy or light?
that's getting a bit heavy.
Yeah, okay, cool. So that's why it's not true. We reach the awareness. Awareness is always then like it's very light. It just makes you like, cool. So, truth. Is this what you want to pursue as your career, or is it something else?
It's not about career. I think it's more associated with something else.
What is that? What is that something else?
Might be it's more of proving myself that I can do something. Because career, anyways,
Okay.
I've achieved
So
things. It's not
notice
connected.
that. So notice that might be something I need to prove. Now, when you're using these words and these sentences, is it making your world light or is it making it heavier?
Making it light.
Truth?
Yes.
Okay. So what are you trying to prove to yourself?
You're
I,
scared.
I, I don't know. It's from the childhood where I'm trying to prove that I can excel in academics to a very great extent.
So who are you trying to prove it?
Somewhere to myself, not to
So
anyone
everything
else.
that is, will you please unfear and destroy at all times of Godzilla?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, boys and beyond. So truth, if you truly succeeded at these exams, what would change?
Nothing.
I'm sorry, I'll mute myself.
So, what are you asking for? Okay, then. 5 years down the line, what are you asking for?
I think it was more of my point of view of how I took it.
It's still heavy when you're saying that. Okay, so everywhere that you're distracting yourself from what you're truly aware of, will you please unfear destroy all times about zillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, boys and beyonds. All the confusion that you're creating so as to distract yourself from what you're truly aware of and capable of, will you please unfear destroy all times about zillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, shots, boys and beyond. Everywhere you're distracting yourself from a space, like you already know, you have the clarity, you have the awareness, using all of these other things to distract you from it so that you always have this loop that you keep creating it. So what's the value? And everything that is, will you please unfear destroy it all? Right, wrong, good,
Yes.
bad, pop, out, online, shots, boys and beyond. Anything that keeps repeating in your world again and again, the only reason it is because you've decided you like something about it or you love something about it, and there's a value to it, even if it's the weirdest, stupidest, shittiest thing that we've ever chosen. Okay, so if you want to truly get free out of this from your own awareness, what you know, not what someone else says to you or projects at you, but from your own awareness, I would suggest just keep asking, so what do I really love about this? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, short, person, beyond. What do I love about creating this? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, short, person, beyond. What's the value here? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, out, online, short, person, beyond. What else is possible?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, Kavya, for that question.
Thank you.
And which you?
Excuse me, ma'am, can I add something to your point?
Yes, please can you tell me your full name?
Saurav Mohanty.
Oh, okay. So this is not your name. Cool.
Yeah.
Hi.
So, hi. I just wanted to add a little thing to the question which
Yes.
you asked. I'm a final year architecture student, and
Cool.
architecture is a 5-year course, and I'm in my 6th year. And I was about to give my final year thesis jury on May 20,
Okay.
but lockdown happened,
Okay.
and now nothing is happening except
So
my college. Every other college has taken the online juries of the students.
so you're not a potent creator whatsoever.
I am saying, what, let it happen. Whenever is it gonna happen?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So today
Do
I
you have a
talked
Do
to
you
my
have a question
No,
here?
I don't have a question.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. Who's next? What can we do to stop procrastinating? I noticed I procrastinate things. Priyanka, are you here? She's here. Would you like to just talk about it? Because it's different. Humanoids usually like to procrastinate. So, hi, Priyanka. It's so good to see you after so long. Okay, cool.
Same.
Humanoids like to procrastinate so that they can prove to themselves how cool they are, because they usually can, get everything done last minute.
Yeah,
So
I
is
am
that what it
pretty
is?
much I am pretty much like that. But this time, things are like, I know there is potency out there, but I'm just procrastinating. Like, okay, ठीक है, देखेंगे later on, and
So,
the
are you
energy just
procrastinating or is it something else?
something else.
Cool. What is that?
Maybe I'm not interested that much.
Is that light or heavy when you say that?
It's heavy.
Cool. So it's something else. You somehow all the calls, everything boils down to this. Okay? Are you willing to be totally out of control of your business?
Yes.
Yeah, but then yours was like yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
So what have you decided will happen? Okay, so what is it that you've decided will happen if you were totally out of control?
Things might happen.
What? Sorry, I can't hear you.
Things will happen smoothly.
Cool. And you don't want things to happen smoothly? Because you like your drama and a little trauma and a little entertainment here and there. Life will be too easy. And then you will have no choice but to create. And then there will be no excuse but to create. So everywhere you're distracting yourself from being totally out of control, will you please uncreate and destroy all times of God, Divya? Right now, for all our shots, guys, and beyond. Cool. Anything else?
So I was asking, like, what can I do to stop procrastinating and do things lighter? It's just a choice.
I will first ask, what can I be? So the thing is, you said, so I'll go back to this, all right? So we started off with procrastination, and I asked you, is it procrastination or something else? And then we went to the fact that it's something else. And you're still asking, what do I do to not procrastinate? Which means you're still trying to fix something that's not there. It's never about fixing. It's just about choosing something greater. So I would ask, what choice can I make now?
Actually, when I had something around procrastination, I feel somewhere I limit myself saying that, okay, I'm a humanoid, I can get things easily and it's not fair when others have
Okay,
to
cool.
suffer and
Is
work
that your
hard.
point of view, or is that someone else's point of view that was rejected at you because everything came to you with ease?
I think it's others' point of view.
Yeah, so
Like,
now
I've seen it.
acknowledge that.
Yeah. And I don't know. And I feel like I limit myself
Acknowledge it.
to someone else. Like if I'm speaking to someone else and say they have something they are not able to achieve, where I could have achieved it easily without working hard or something, but then I constrain myself. I'm like, okay, it's not fair for me to go ahead and achieve things easily or something like that.
Some choice. Would you like to continue that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a general thing which I've just seen. It's just come to my awareness. I'm like, I was just thinking, why am I not able to achieve this? I was in this question zone, and then I see, okay, some like a friend of mine or someone who I've met, they are not able to achieve it, and I'm like, okay, it's not fair for me to just go and get things in ease or easily.
Okay. So when you're having this talk in your head with yourself, right? So when you become aware of these points of views, what I would like, the best tool to going beyond distractions is interesting point of view.
Okay.
It's literally my go-to tool.
Interesting point of view is not my point of view.
Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. An interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Just an interesting point of view. So when you become aware of these weird points of views that you're functioning from, and sometimes you may not even know exactly what the point of view is, you just energetically be aware of the fact that there are these weird points of views that you're functioning from. So this is my go-to tool, and I have refound it. I've been in Access for 6 years. I used it in the beginning a lot, and now again I'm using it a whole lot. It's the one tool that has set me free from so many of these points of view that I have locked myself in. Okay, so that tool itself will get you out of this right, wrong, good, and bad, and all these places where we've limited and distracted ourselves. So I would literally give myself this challenge, like for the next month, every thought, emotion, feeling I have, head space, head trip that I have, I'm just going to go interesting point of view, I have this point of view, interesting point of view, I have this point of view, interesting point of view, I have this point of view, and keep saying it till the charge around it actually lightens.
Okay.
Like use it, like till you start being interesting point of view.
Yes.
Because there's so many points of view like these that we're running from. So like I said, these distractors and the way we use them are so insidious and they pretty much run everywhere in our lives. And this tool is one of the basic tools, but by far one of my favorite tools. And sometimes a little tricky to use because you just want to kill the person in front of you. And in those moments, I have to really just take like 10 seconds. Okay, no, I will like excuse yourself sometimes when you're in the middle of like a heated conversation or a weird thing. Excuse yourself, go somewhere, do this interesting point of view, know your barriers, become space, and you'll notice things will start changing. Every area of your life will start changing. So, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Go to tool.
Ma'am, may I add something?
Hold on 1 second. So we have about 3-4 minutes more. I'm just going to answer some of the questions in the chat and then I'll get back to you.
Sure.
Asha, what about age? Feeling one made to be old to do something. Again, interesting point of view. Go to tool. Okay, interesting point of view. Is that really true? Does it make you feel light when you say that to yourself? Oh, I'm too old to do this. Does it make your world really heavy? Anything that is heavy is essentially a lie for you. Anything that makes you light is essentially true for you. And how much are you using age to distract yourself from your potency? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please and destroy it all. Right from with the proper online shots, guys, and beyond. With an infinite being, your body may have aged a little, but you have potencies beyond this reality that has nothing to do with your age. And everywhere you truly don't receive, perceive, know, and be this, will you please and destroy it all. Right from with the proper online shots, guys, and beyond. Exceptional example of this is Gary himself. Like in this reality, he's too old to be traveling like 30 countries in a year and being the generative energy that he is. Because he refuses to use age or any of these weird points of view as a distraction from truly being the potency that he knows he is. What will it take for you to know the potency you are beyond any of these weird limiting, distracting points of view? And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive this, will you please not get into set up. Right from good, bad, proper, online shots, that's in the okay. Sahi, then Sahiyata, you have the exact opposite. Like, what if you're too young? Interesting point of view. Really interesting point of view. Like, really, really, really interesting point of view. To give, like, I teach in, I'm a guest faculty in this college called Symbiosis Liberal Arts here in Pune. And I teach a subject called parapsychology. It's pretty much all of this. When I first started teaching it, I think I was 25 or 26. And when I would enter college, literally every time I went to the staff toilet, I was like, no, no, this is not for the staff, this is for the students, no, this is for this, blah, 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 blah. Every, like, age was used as a judgment, as if I was not capable of delivering what I knew was possible. Now, in the beginning, I started buying that point of view, and I started diminishing myself, and I wasn't showing up as much in the classes as I could. And then I remember to use interesting point of view and to really ask questions. And if you are truly, and another thing, you can use your age to your advantage. Whether you're young or whether you're old, are you willing to use it to your advantage? So what will it take for you to not have a point of view? And you can use your age to your advantage if you don't have a point of view about it. So how can I use my age to my advantage? In India, it's great to be old because people apparently take you more seriously, especially if you're doing healing work. Because you're like, my wife, cool, use it to your advantage. If you don't have a point of view, you would actually succeed. All right, so interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Cool. Thank you so much. I think we're at the end of this call. I hope it contributed to everybody.
Vijay sir, I have a question.
Yeah, you have a question. Go for it.
I've been attending these Zoom calls from past 1 week or something. Like I've attended 4. This is my 4th or 5th one. I have a simple question. Who is Gary?
He's the founder. He's the founder of Access Consciousness.
Okay.
Every tool, everything that I've said and used right now, there's a huge space of gratitude to him because he was the first one to sort of let this information out into this reality.
From which country does he
Gary is from USA. Currently, they live in Houston. He and co-founder Dr. Dane here. This is like the funniest last question I've ever been asked. Honestly.
I actually didn't know who was he.
Yeah, so he's the founder of Access Consciousness.
Okay.
Go Google him. You'll find a whole bunch of information on him on the Access website as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Can I ask something, or we are running out of the time?
Go for it. We have time for one question. I think we good
Yeah, you can ask.
to
No problem.
go for one question. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes,
My
yes.
thing was, I am from past few weeks reading a Distractor Implants book and running quite a lot of clearing out of that. But I am noticing, like from past week, every time I'm using, the more angrier I'm getting. You know, anger is coming up again.
Okay, good. Are you getting angry or has your awareness expanded?
Awareness expanded. Yes.
Cool. Now, this is what happens usually when you suddenly become aware. It's like there's so much insanity in this world. It's just like, and how many people are actually angry and irritated right now? And how many bodies are angry and irritated? So what I would ask when my awareness increases is what will it take for my allowance to exceed my awareness?
I'm using that also. Still, I'm finding like I'm getting angry with pretty small things also. Like somebody asking me this, I'm like, oh, how can you ask me this? How can you do that? You know, it's like.
So I know stupid people can be annoying. What I would suggest is really doing interesting point of view, like really going there, lowering your barriers, becoming space, interesting point of view, cool, how do I use this to my advantage? And get your bars done as soon as you can.
That's pretty much not available right now for me.
Yeah, I know, like it's not available for me as well. As soon as you can, go get your bars done. That will get these grumpy pants off.
Yeah.
Till then, you will have to build the muscle to be interesting point of view and actually be an allowance of the stupidity and insanity that prevails in this reality.
Sorry, Khushboo, to interrupt. I would suggest she runs at least her implant band by herself. That's something which is easily feasible.
That'd be good. Thank you,
And that
Naresh, for
that should contribute something.
Yeah, surely we'll do that.
May I ask something, Khushboo?
Okay, but like last one.
Last
So
one.
I think everybody has to go. Go for it.
Uh, which is your habit which you are not able to do it right now? What habit?
That question doesn't make sense to me.
ऐसी कौन सी आदत थी जो आप अभी नहीं कर पा रहे हो?
It's not about translation.
Okay. Like there might be something which you are not being able to do during.
Are you asking me? Oh, I'm actually able to do everything and even more. That's why it doesn't read in my word.
No, I'm asking her. The question was for her.
Oh,
I'm sorry. The question was from her, for her.
okay, cool. Priyanka, would you want to?
Would you like to answer that? Like,
Yeah.
what habit? What is the habit which you are not able to follow during this lockdown?
I'm pretty much enjoying this basically. I am enjoying this lockdown period so much because I am now able to do everything which I was not able to do before. I'm
So right now you are
totally
heavy.
living in this moment.
Are you heavy or you happy? Like heavy or light?
Hello.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna stop you here because
Yeah, sure.
um, I wonder, have you taken a bass class or anything? This is not to make you wrong. It's just what else is possible, and from what space can you ask these questions? I know you want to be. I know you want to contribute. So, what questions can you ask for this to be truly a contribution to the person in front of you?
Uh, me- it's like I'm trying to understand what she's facing right now.
Cool. All right. So, when you're trying to understand, this is a whole different conversation for a whole different time.
It's a different perspective. I'm trying
Yeah.
to
So
look it from.
basically, right now with me, a lot of clearings are going on. So it's like I'm totally spaced out. So that's
Can
what
I
Khushboo
add something?
already answered. It's time for me to get my bars run. That is
Exactly.
what
Can I
is
add
required in
Exactly.
this moment.
Exactly.
Uh,
The point.
Thank you.
Priyanka, I've actually faced the same thing when I've generally spaced out. It might or may not work for you, but if I have this communication with Earth more of grounding, I kind of feel better. Like it's like a release, or I don't know. For me, it works better when I run my communion with Earth for my
That's
feet, or
amazing.
if I'm grounding better.
Thank you, Kavya. I actually love that as well. But I would just like restoration of communion with the earth is an amazing
Yes.
process to run. I would
Yeah, I can
also
do that.
I would also do it from a space of
Yeah.
true restoration of communion from the earth, and not from a space of grounding, because an infinite being doesn't require grounding. But what is true communion with the earth? And it's amazing, Kavya, actually, when I step out or just become space, allow myself to go deep into the earth like a tree and
Yeah, I feel
receive
like
fully,
yes, it
it
gives a different
starts,
vibration.
it's a different
Yeah.
space. Thank you, Kavya, for that.
Khushboo, thank you for saying this.
And thank you for that, Khushboo. That
And
was like, okay, this made me totally light. I can run restoration and communion with Earth right now.
the
Awesome.
thing
Thank
was,
you, Kavya.
Khushboo ma'am, the thing which you said was exactly right. My Instagram feed says that the in the world first came a seed, then we watered it, it became a plant, it
Hello.
became a seedling, then
Hello.
Yes, yes,
after the
Dharya.
seedling, then
Yeah.
the water.
Uh, I would like to tell Saurabh not to interfere in all the discussions. This is not your session.
It's
Let the
okay.
contributor tell us what his thoughts are. Please don't interfere in everybody's question.
Okay, cool. So everything that this is bringing up in everybody's worlds, okay? So what will it take? Okay, everything that comes up in the session is a great way to sort of move to a greater space. So everything that this is bringing up in everyone's world, including Thara, including Saurav, including everybody, Vijay, everyone's out here, let's unclear and destroy at all times of God's dominion. All of it, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, online, shots, boys and beyonds. Thank you, everybody. What contribution can we be to each other? And what will it take to be truly an allowance? And this is like a great exercise to begin from. Cool. I think we're done. Thank you, Dhara. Thank you, Naresh. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you, everybody else. Belinda, for asking
Thanks,
the questions.
Khushboo. That was
Thank
a
you,
wonderful
Naresh.
session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay sir. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khushboo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.